YouTube, welcome to another video. So the plan today is to install an oil temperature gauge, and I think I'm going to be doing the AFR gauge at the same time. So I bought all the bits a little while ago, so hopefully I've got everything I need. I ordered some extra wire because you never know whether you've got enough wire in these kits. Yeah, let me show you what I've got. So we're going to need all the usual sort of tools, wire strippers and various connectors and shrink wrap or heat wrap, whatever it's called. Some extra wire, and then so this is the kit I bought. I've gone for these Pro Sport again. You see mixed reviews online, but it's like with anything really, decently priced, and they do like a whole range of stuff. So what's in the kit? So there's the gauge, still got its plastic on it. It's got like a digital readout as well on there. All the various bits for mounting that. I'm not sure if I use them or not. Some power cables. These ones you can connect gauge to gauge for the power, so I'm hoping the one I've already got has got the same thing, so I can just go straight out of that one with this lead and go straight in to power this one. There's the sensor and the cable for that. A couple of little spare bits, and this didn't come with it. This is a sump plug, but it's got, as you can see, you can unscrew that, and that's where the sensor plugs in. So it's a good idea to do this at the same time as an oil change. So I need to do an oil change, so it's perfect time to get this installed. So I've gone for Pro Sport gauge again, like the other two I've got. This one you can set like a warning, and you can view your peak figures. So that's the gauge. This one doesn't come with any kind of housing, so I'll have to buy that. There's your wideband controller. Here's the cable with the sensor. So that should plug into the wideband controller, and then the controller should then go to the gauge via that one, and I think that's the power lead. Comes with like a blanking bolt if you want to take the sensor out, and it comes with like the port that you can weld on yourself. I'm hoping I'm fine because I've got a spare one on the decat. Fingers crossed that's alright. Alright, this is where I'm planning on putting the AFR gauge, the AFR sensor, sorry. I have got another port up here. Sorry, that weird noise is the oil. But in the instructions I saw that it needed to be, I think it's like 90 centimeters away from the engine, I believe. So hopefully I can use this. I don't really know, I'm no expert on this. It's most things I do, but yeah, I think that one's the best bet because it's about that far away, I think, from the engine. So yeah, let's go for it. There's the sensor in. The existing blanking bolt was a 19mm, and this one is a 22. So I just need to try and figure out where I'm going to route the cable. There's not a huge amount of clearance here. It should be fine now. The exhaust, yeah, that's fine. So I've just noticed something really handy. Imagine all the R53s have got it, but there's a hole there. Whether there's supposed to be, imagine there's some kind of bung or something that blocks that hole normally. But for me, that's ideal. I can just go straight in to the sort of behind the centre dash. Because I got nothing there. That's going to be ideal. So yeah, perfect. So I've just been on a mad hunt for PTFE tape, which I found in the end. So I've wrapped some around there and then done them up tight. So I think this was 14mm and that was 19mm. How tight you do it, it's just your guess is as good as mine. Obviously not too crazy, just tight enough, I don't know. So that's ready to go on. This actually came with like a crush washer. So yeah, this was 14 times 1.5 I think, which is the standard sump plug thread pitch. So that's ready to go on. So I've just been off rounding up some silicone hose. I'm hoping I can put a slit down the side and then use it as like a protective cover for this sort of section down here, and then I'm going to try and cable tie it then, where's my finger, over there somewhere, so at least the cable ties won't rub on this, it'll just rub on the sheath. So is that done? I probably could have done with a slightly larger inside diameter silicone hose, but it doesn't really matter. Put those little cable ties just to hold it nice and snug. And I put one around this bracket over here. Just connected it by a little cable tie to here. The master of cable ties. And then yeah, it just goes up through the hole there. It's got a bit of give in it for like vibrations and stuff. It's not too tight. Hopefully it'll keep it away from this little rusty bugger. So there we are. There's the cable coming out of that hole. I suppose that hole is probably not available to most people. Imagine there's a bit of dash there or something. So probably not used to anyone apart from unless you've got a track car. Unfortunately, the oil pressure gauge doesn't have like a power output, so I can take it from that one to the next one, which is a bugger, so I'm going to have to find a separate power supply, well, for both the other ones actually. So oil pressure, I might stick the oil temperature next to it, and then the AFR one there. I may have to move this, I'm not sure. Should be a pain. I might have to put it up there maybe. I just need it to be within reach, I guess. So maybe that'll do it. Anyway, yeah, let's try and get a power supply for the next one. So this is the power cable for the oil temperature gauge, obviously really short, so I need to extend that. So the black's negative, the red's positive, the white is ignition, focus, and the orange you can have as like for when you turn the lights on, it changes colour, which I don't use, so I shall just take that out of the way. I'll just connect the red and white together onto an extended red cable, which will be the power, because I've got an isolator, so I don't have to worry about it draining the battery. So the AFR gauge, there's the wideband controller. So there's the input there, which has got that giant cable, which I don't need because this is like long enough as it is, but there we are. Let me just leave it rolled up out of the way. And then we have the lead, the output that goes to the gauge, and then this one is for a power supply, which is actually long enough. So this is the oil temperature lead, which was really short, so I've extended that. I have used those connectors that you crush, but I just put loads of tape on them afterwards just to sort of cover up any bits of wire that might be showing. I don't think there was, but I just pack loads of tape over it. Doesn't hurt, does it? Makes it a bit stronger. And then I've connected the positive then to a connector that's going to go to my battery mains off the isolator switch. I've also connected the positive from the cable that's for the AFR, what is it called? AFR box. It's called, I can't remember what it's called. So I've connected the power, so it's just the one positive. I need to connect for both of them. And then it also had the negative as well, which is just so close to the positive. I couldn't really do much about that, so I've extended that again. I've used one of those crush connector things, but just chuck a load of tape on afterwards. So I've extended that one. So I've got a little box the other side of that, which is, well, I'll show you. So that's my negative supply coming in from down here somewhere. Just goes to the body of the car, but I've put a connector there so I can have multiple things running off that negative. So I need to connect that one to there, and then I also need to connect the negative off the oil temperature gauge wire as well. I've just used the 3M tape that you get with these, so I put one there. It's annoying in hindsight because this fits 3 of them perfectly, but because originally I was just going to have one gauge and I just didn't start right on the edge, so that's a bit annoying. This one's only going to overhang like a few millimeters, which is going to be alright. So I've put that one there. I shall grab that gauge and wire it up. So you can have a external light as well. You can plug it into there so you get like a little light that comes on there. But I couldn't find one anywhere. I'll have to keep looking. Watch out when you're putting the gauges next to each other, because these ones, they have like a little Allen key bolt that goes through there, and you've got a little nut that slots into like a hexagon shape on this side. So it was a bit tricky to get the bolt in. I managed to get it in because this is obviously in the way, and then managed to get like it was a 3mm Allen key. I managed to just come at it from an angle and tighten it up. It's not perfectly tight yet, but yeah, just watch out. You're probably better off. I don't know whether they're all the same. I don't know, yeah. You have to look at them, see which side you have to tighten up from and make sure you can get to it. But yeah, watch out. So the oil temperature gauge is fitted. I haven't tried it yet, I haven't connected the wires yet. I want to get the AFR gauge in as well and all connected up at the same time and then test them together. Annoyingly, this one doesn't come with the housing, so I need to order some housing. Not sure it fits in very well. I did try it on that one, it's really loose. Whether these are designed only for like cutouts in like a piece of metal, probably. Unfortunately I don't have space, and plus if I did, I mean I could put them down there, but I think they're too out of eye line. So I want them up there, so I shall try and, well, I'll order another one of these housing. See if I can get it to fit in snug. So the other thing is trying to decide where to put this wideband controller. I've got so much cable, it's ridiculous. Right, it's the next day now, and I've just finished wiring them up. I think I'm going to put that down there somewhere in the box, maybe under here. But check the power on. I'm not sure why that's flashing. I shall have to have a little look. So I've stopped the AFR gauge flashing. I set the warning at 20, so it's not flashing now, so it must flash when it goes over the figure you set for the warning. So I think it resets to 15 every time because I haven't got a constant live to it. I think it resets to 15. Yeah, now it's flashing because that 19.88 is over 15. So I think that's alright. Why this one's flashing, I've no idea. Back under the car again. For some reason, this numpty had only plugged one of those in, so hopefully that explains why the oil temperature gauge was flashing. So yeah, I've connected that. I think I might sort of connect it up here. It's a handy hole to put a cable tie just to sort of keep it away from stuff. And then what I've decided to do is thread it through this hole in the subframe, keep it away from drive shafts and moving stuff. And then we've gone up from there up to where we go through the bulkhead. There we are, something like that, just to keep it sort of dangling down. I've given a bit of extra slack there as well, just to allow for the engine moving around. Right, so it's about a week later now. I've got myself another housing for the AFR gauge, and surprisingly, plugging in both cables on the oil temperature sensor actually fixed it. It's not flashing anymore. What a donut. So yeah, you can see it's no longer flashing. It's showing 50, probably because 50 is as low as it goes, I would say. So yeah, the job today is to get this, that's not all of it. Yeah, get this little housing in, and then maybe just tidy up the wires a little bit. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. They're all in place now. It's been a little bit annoying because the for this one, the screw to tighten it up is this side. So I've managed to, luckily I had one of these, so it's like a little ratchet for like a screwdriver bit. So I managed to get in there and tighten that one. So yeah, they're all nice and tight now. I've tidied the wiring up a little bit. Some cable ties. So I was thinking of waiting until I had a track day so I could show you them in action. But I may just put this video up before that and then try and mention it in the next track day video, which isn't that, well, the track day is in like a week and a half away. But yeah, don't know how long the video, maybe 3 weeks, but anyway, I'm jabbering. There we are, all done, looking good. Yeah, pretty pleased with that. Hopefully they all work nice. So there we are, guys, all done. Look pretty tidy, pretty pleased with that. Maybe in hindsight I would have got, I think you can get like a casing that's just like for 3 gauges. So maybe I would have got one of them if I'd known I was going to do 3 gauges, but there, it looks right. Pretty pleased with it. So yeah, thanks for watching as always. Please like and subscribe, and I shall see you on the next one. Cheers, guys.